are here again. I hope you are well. Welcome to everybody. If you are here live, if you are watching on the replay as well, welcome. Please do give me a hello in the comments so that I know that you are here. I should be able to see comments. I am going live through StreamYard, but I should be able to see any questions or any comments that you have. So today I am going to talk to you about 3 things that you can do now to get your business back on track post-pandemic, because I think we're all in that zone where we know change is happening, and with the lockdown restrictions that have already been put in place that the government announced, here in England we are now able to do lessons, but I know some of us still aren't feeling ready, and in other parts we're not quite ready, but we know it's going to come. So I want to help you, and I'm going to go over a couple of things that I've noticed with my clients this week, and I think that I can help you too if you are feeling like you're in the same zone. So yeah, hello everybody. Nice to see that you're multitasking but listening. Hi, you Alison. Nice to know that you're here again. Okay, so if you are new here, if you have never met me before, I am Jenny Bush, also known as the Equine Business Assistant, and I specialise in helping equestrian business owners to take their business that feels a little bit like a wild horse and help them to turn it into that schoolmaster so that they actually live the life that they set their business up to do in the first place. And so often business ends up taking over everything. And it's often because it's difficult to set those boundaries. It's also difficult because we don't always know how to do things as quickly and efficiently as we can. And so I do that. I help people through coaching, through one-to-one business coaching. I've also got a couple of online courses. And of course, I have got my Nail It Mastermind, which is a group program to help everybody get through that. So today, back to the topic. So 3 things that you can do now to help your business get back on track post-pandemic. So if you are here, if you do let me know, because it's always good if you like and comment. And of course, if you get real value from this, please do share it, because I'm on a mission to help as many equestrian business owners as I possibly can worldwide. I do have clients across the world, Australia, the States. I've got clients in the UK, so I want to help as many businesses as I possibly can. So liking, commenting, sharing, thank you. I appreciate that so very much. Right. So if you are feeling at the moment that you have got a little bit of anxiety about getting back to work, or you're already back at work and you're feeling a bit of the pressure and overwhelmed, this is going to really help you. If you feel that, do let me know in the comments. Do give me a 1 in the comments to say, yeah, I've got a little bit of that disease going on. That sort of gut churning feeling like it's all a bit much, because I think actually from what I have found out, like talking to business owners and my clients, and we did a post, a group post for the Equestrian Business Support Network a while ago, and you can go and read that blog post. It's on my website, about things that equestrian business owners learn in lockdown. And one of the things that people said was that they actually got to evaluate, they got a bit more life balance because things slowed down. And now as they come forward and they're getting back into moving into business, they really desperately want to hold on to what they learned. And it's, how do you do that? How do you keep that balance that you had because things slowed down? How do you get a little bit more of your life in your business? So this is what we're going to do. So let me get my into the right screen so I can put this up. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to reconnect with why you started your business in the first place. I want you to also ask yourself, what do you actually want your business to look like in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, in 3 years' time, in 1 year's time, in even 6 months' time? Start to actually work out what it is that you want, because if you are not really specific and really clear now with how you want your business to be going back to business, because we're all going to get there, we're going to soon find that it runs away with us again. And I don't want that for you, and I'm sure many of you don't want that either. So take some time to realign with your vision. And there's a few ways that you can do that. You can do it by grabbing a notepad and a pen and just writing down what it is that you want. How do you want it to look? And yesterday in the Nail It Mastermind, we went through it, the exercise that I do with the vision. And it is so powerful. Like, it's really, really powerful to do this. And you don't need anything special. You just need to sit down and actually find 10 minutes to ask yourself that question, right? Why did I set this business up? What was the purpose? If I set this business up so that I can have some life balance and I can live a good life, why am I not living it? You know, what has changed? What do I want it to look like? And then you can start to connect with how you're going to make that happen for you. So number one, really check in with your vision, get your motivation. Get motivated on what it is that your business is all about, why you've got a mission in your business, and get that. So whether or not you're back in business already, whether or not you're planning to come, you know it's going to happen, that's something that's so powerful and you can really do it. The second thing that I want you to get into place is how you're going to actually manage things again once you get back into business. So this is where we often find we get terrible overwhelm, because suddenly you get this, I want all this stuff, I want this thing, I can't fit it in, I can't get it, whatever. So we need to set a plan in place of how you're going to do it. And this is when I would go back to your planner. And I've got videos on that about how to time block, how to plan your time, how to actually set that boundary. So I want to ask you, do you actually have like those boundaries in place when it comes to your business? Like when you're at work and you've got a proper job, right, which we don't have. When you're at work, you'd often shut off at 5 o'clock, you'd close down your computer, you'd go, I'm done, and you'd walk. But when we've got our own business, it's not so easy. So what can you do to help you get those boundaries in place? Try and start to work out what you actually struggle with and see if you can put a plan in place so that when you get to that moment where you go, oh, I've still got all this stuff to do, what are you going to tell yourself? How are you going to work through that? Like, it's so, if you've already got the plan, when you feel that procrastination creeping in, because it will, because we start off going, oh yeah, this is going to be great. Then we get to a valley where we're like, no, actually, I've got a lot of stuff. And then we end up in the valley of despair. And we can either then go back up to the top and start again, which is what a lot of us do. We kind of drop and then jump back. And then we're on this wheel and we think, this isn't working. But actually what we need to do is we need to find a way of pushing through and coming up the other side to get to the success. So it's about working out what you're going to struggle with. It's about planning your time effectively and not like overwhelming yourself with stuff. And a lot of what I do is I tend to work with my group and my clients. We tend to focus either on 90-day blocks, so like 3 months, 12 weeks, or we focus on 4-week blocks. I think especially in this climate with everything that's changing, and we're going to have changing, you don't want to think too far ahead with your time management. You're just going to think, right, okay, let's look at the next 4 weeks in a whole, and then let's work week by week, planning the week, and then planning the day, focusing on the key things and how you're going to set boundaries and not overwhelm yourself. So that's how we're going to manage. So if you've got any questions on that, please do add them in the comments. I will come to the comments at the end, I promise. And then number 3, I want you to look at your money. We all hate this. We all hate this bit, don't we? Because this is where we need to make sure that we're actually going to bring in the money that we need, not just to stay afloat. Yeah, we need to survive in the next year or so. We're going to be in a recession. That's not a secret. You know, money's going to be hard. So we need to get this right now. We need to get that plan of action. So I want you to evaluate how you're going to bring the money in. I want you to have a plan of, like, where are your income streams? Are you going to manage what is the minimum amount that you need to earn a month? What is the maximum amount that you'd like to earn? And then you're going to look at your expenses. So actually take some time to really go through it. And a lot of the time, the problem with the money is the emotion that we attach to it. It's easy to attach money and emotion, because when we don't have money, we get into a state of fear and worry, and then from that place it's hard to get more money because we're in a state of lack. But once we can detach ourselves from it, once we can make the money side of things feel good, like one of the things that I do is when I sit down and do my accounting, or when I do my tracking of my money or anything, I make it a really indulgent time for me. It is me time and I enjoy it. I will put on some music. I will get a nice coffee or whatever. Cheers. I will snuggle up on the sofa, and I'll just make an experience of it that I enjoy. And then it doesn't feel so bad, and I can actually look at it with a little less emotion. So maybe that's what you need to do. But decide on your money. What can you do better? What do you need to do? Do you need some different products, offerings, services? Do you need to put your prices up? Do you need to look at them and actually think, are people going to do that now? Do you need to run some special offers? So have a real good look at the money in your business and how you're going to do it. So I want to ask you, add in the comments if you're watching, if you were to score yourself between 1 being I've got work to do on my money, or 3, no, I'm really good. So 1 to 3, where would you put yourself on that scale? 3, yep, you nailed it. Or 1, you've got work to do. Or 2, you're kind of balanced. I'd like to know that. Do add that in the comments. So, and then I've got a bonus for you. So we've got motivation. It's number 1. We've got how you're going to manage. Number 2, so get that plan in place. 3, checking all the money stuff. And your bonus thing is we're going to work on your marketing. And you know that marketing is my thing. I absolutely love that. And I've got a challenge that's going to come up for you in the next couple of weeks, which is the Nail It, Build Your Herd challenge. And we're going to start to grow your what internet people would call audience, right? Yeah, but for me and you, we just want likes, we want follows, we want to maybe build our email list, we want to actually get in front of ideal clients. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a Nail It, build your herd, or create your herd. I haven't quite named it yet, but we're going to do that in the next couple of weeks. But now is the time to really look at how you're marketing your business, and now is the time to really get in front of them. Make sure that you're top of mind, so that as soon as you're ready, they're ready as well. Because don't forget, your ideal clients probably feel a bit like you, and they're not quite sure whether they should or shouldn't. Or they might feel like, yeah, I'm desperate, I'm ready to go. But either way, you need to be there supporting them, asking them how they're getting on, asking them how they're feeling, asking what you can do to make them ready to come back in to work with you, or come back in to book a lesson or buy more stuff. But show that you're there. So make sure that your messaging is all about that. Make sure you've got messages that talk about your offers. Even if you're not selling now, talk about what you do and how you're going to book and how they're going to start. Maybe they should get on a waiting list, or there's lots of things you can do, or tell them how they can book in now, ready and be first in line. And you need to be doing that. You need to be telling people how to do that, because it's going to take a bit of time. 1, for them to see it. They're not all going to see it, so you're going to have to post and post and post and post. I'm sorry about that. And 2, so if they're not there, get ready. You've got to kind of edge them towards being ready. So make sure that you are getting visible. You are back on it. You are using your email system. If you haven't got an email system, do check out my Build Your Email in a Day course, because that will get that sorted for you. And seriously, it will get it. You can get it done in less than a day. I built the course in a day, and I actually set it up from scratch. So if you haven't got an email, get that going now. Get your Facebook page working. Make sure that you're posting regularly. Post on Instagram. Use LinkedIn. Go into groups, wherever it is that you are looking to get your people from, find your clients. Now is the time to be thinking about that and getting in front of them. Yeah, maybe it's blogging, maybe it's getting some guest features, maybe it's doing some PR. but try and think about how you can be visible. And we're really, really lucky that we live in a time where we can be super visible. We can find our ideal clients so much easier than we could 20 years ago. Like 20 years ago, your options were to put some posters up, maybe put some flyers out or door to door or an advert, and it was very expensive and very time consuming, and you'd often sit there twiddling your thumbs waiting for the orders to come in. We're not in that position anymore, which is brilliant. So we can be using that. We can be making sure that our Facebook pages look awesome. We can make sure that our websites are helping people to move along and to book in, and we're just showing up and being super visible. So has anybody got any questions? I'm going to come into the comments and the chat. I have a look. So yeah, Alison rates herself on money about 2.5, which is awesome. Yeah, which is good actually. And it's not the easiest thing. It's not the easiest thing to master. So of course, I'll give you a quick summary, but so motivation, we're going to look at our vision. You're going to manage. You're going to work out how you're going to manage. That means looking at how you time block. And one of the things that people often fall into the trap of around managing that I find is they feel that they work all the time and they're not shutting off. And actually it's so counterproductive, because what we find is we're working at a state of like distraction, and it's almost like we're treading water. Whereas actually when we take time out and we get that rest, we can then jump in and swim because we've got that energy. So you do need to take that time out. So you do need to look at how you're managing your time and blocking that and setting your boundaries. Make sure that you check your money, make sure that you work on your marketing. So if you found this really useful, I do actually go into more depth in I've got a little email course actually, guys. I don't know if anybody's had that, but I have got a little email course. It's a 7-day course, and it's a mini course about how to bring your business online. So I'm going to just pop that into the comments so that if anybody wants that, you can grab that. If I can find the link, it's probably so. Excuse me for a moment. I should have had that saved already. I'll pop that in. So if anybody wants to sign up and get that, it's totally free. It's just a free little mini course where I share. I talk about like some of the things that I failed at. It has been recently updated. There's a couple of quizzes as well to help you work out where you are in my scales of training, which I like to use for businesses because it's horsey as well. So do check that out. But if you would like to go into more depth, or you'd like to learn more about working with me or coaching with me, or about the group mastermind, do have a look at jennybush.com because you can find out all about me and everything else there. And like the work with me, the Nail It Mastermind is just jennybush.com/nail-it. And you can find out more about that. Or do, of course, send me a message if you've got any questions. Even if you're watching this later, you're welcome to send me any questions or comment below. So, Bex, you said, keeping on top of accounts and money flow is the worst, especially important when taxes and freight costs are so changeable. Yeah, it is. So it's kind of like, how can you get into like a system that works for you? And it's one of those things that, again, we feel that pressure, we feel that stress, we put it off. And then the more we put it off, the more it grows and grows and grows. And then the worse the problem gets. So it's kind of like, how do we deal with that first? And one of the things that I sent out in my emails recently was about a book called Eat That Frog, I think it is, which is about tackling that most important thing first. So when you've got your goals, and your goals is to make sure that you're on top of the finances, for example, do that first before you get onto the rest of your work. Like for me at the moment, one of my goals is to get more people on my Nail It Mastermind. I won't lie. So I have to be making sure that I'm doing all I can, because I can't put people in it. I can't make people ready to buy, but I need to be making sure that I'm doing my actions daily that are going to help to get that result for me. So what results are you after? And then what can you do to make sure that you get that? So same with the accounts and everything else. So has anybody else is watching got any questions? Do let me know if this has been a useful little live for you. And as always, I do love it when you comment and share. I just want to check because I am live in 2 places at the moment, so I don't know if I'm getting the comments through from both, but hopefully I am. So yeah, if I've missed any, or if you're watching it later and you've got any questions, do feel free to add them. I'll be back next week with a new topic. I'm going to talk to you next week about visibility, and audience building, and why we need to put the horse before the cart in our business. That is going to be the topic of next week. But if you've got any suggestions that you'd like me to cover for you on my Friday lives, I would love to know. Do send me a message. My email is always hello@jennybush.com. You can ask me there or send anything and say, could you cover this? I would be really happy to have your suggestions. So I'll be back next Friday with that. I am in the process of planning the 5-day Nail It, find and build your herd, or whatever I will call it, audience building challenge. So that's how we're going to grow your Facebook pages, how we're going to grow your Instagram. We're going to help you to get that plan. So you should see some progress in those 5 days. That's my little gift to you this month that I'll be doing. And the week we will be running that will be from the 22nd of June. So I'll get a page out for that shortly. So do keep an eye on that, because I'll get that page up so you can sign up so you don't miss any of those challenges. So once again, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Also, thank you for all your comments and messages about the loss of my cat last week. I was very, very sad by that. As you can imagine, I got off last Friday's live to find a very poorly cat, and then we had to drop everything and get him to the vets, and sadly there was nothing we could do. So Saturday we had to say goodbye, which was devastating for the family, as I'm sure you all know what it's like. And I think nothing ever prepares us, does it? So thank you for all your love and support on that. That meant a great deal. And yes, I appreciate any likes, comments and shares. Thank you for doing that for me as well, because it helps me with my mission to help as many equestrian business owners. So don't stay stuck. If you need support, if you need anything, I am here for you. Feel free to message me, feel free to ask, or if you want to pop on a discovery call and we can have a little bit of a chat, you are very, very welcome to do so. So thanks again for joining me. I will go and make sure that I check that I haven't missed any of your comments, and I will see you all next week. Have a great day. Bye.